and welcome to the briefing brought to you by Cyber Team 1. Today is the 25th of July 2026. In the next 10 minutes, we'll cut through the noise and bring you the cybersecurity intelligence that matters most to business leaders and defenders. A quick word on what this is, in case you're new. Each edition covers the most significant cyber events from the past 7 days. We don't publish every day, so treat this as your regular catch-up. The handful of stories that genuinely change your risk, not a running news feed. And we're speaking to business leaders here, so we'll keep the jargon light and explain anything technical as we go. This week has a clear center of gravity and is close to home. An Australian household name confirmed a customer data breach. So let's start there. First, Origin Energy. On the 23rd of July, Origin, one of the country's largest energy retailers, confirmed that an unauthorized party accessed and disclosed some customers' personal data. The company had first flagged a potential incident on the 22nd, then confirmed it a day later. For affected customers, the exposed information may include name, address, date of birth, phone number, and account details, plus the last 4 digits of a credit card or the last 3 digits of a bank account. Origin says those partial numbers on their own can't be used to make purchases or access accounts. The company is still working out how many customers are affected and is engaged the 3 bodies you'd want to see involved: the Australian Cybersecurity Centre, the Federal Police, and the privacy regulator, the OAIC. Now, one important note on the numbers. You may see media reports of a hacker claiming millions of records and even a private settlement to withhold the data. I treat those claims with real caution. They come from the alleged attacker, not from Origin, and they're unverified. Stick to what's confirmed. So why does this matter to you, even if you're not an energy company? Because Origin holds exactly the kind of identity dataset that most large consumer businesses hold. Banks, insurers, telcos, retailers. The questions to ask your own team are simple. Could the same dataset be taken from us? And how quickly would we know? Origin's public timeline shows detection to confirmation measured in days. And is our breach playbook rehearsed enough that a leadership apology, regulator engagement, and customer support could all stand up within a day or 2? There's also a customer safety angle. A breach like this is immediately followed by scam emails and texts impersonating the company. Origin's already reminding customers it will never ask for a password. That's a good reflex for any brand to have ready. Next, a technical story with a tight deadline attached. Check Point, a widely used firewall and security vendor, disclosed a flaw in its SmartConsole management tool that attackers were already exploiting. This is what's called a zero-day, a newly discovered flaw being abused before a fix is widely applied. The flaw is an authentication bypass, which means an attacker can get in as an administrator without a valid login. Here's the crucial detail. It only affects a specific risky setup, where the management server is exposed directly to the internet without restrictions on who can connect. If that's your configuration, an attacker could take control and change your security policy. In other words, quietly turn off your own defenses. The US Cyber Agency, CISA, added this to its must-patch list on the 22nd, with a federal deadline of today, the 25th. Cloud-managed customers are reported already protected. It's the self-managed, internet-exposed setups that carry the risk. So, the action is narrow and clear. Do we run checkpoint management ourselves? Is it reachable from the internet? And has it been patched? And because it was exploited as a zero-day, check the logs to see whether it was already used against you. In another development, Microsoft SharePoint, and this is a continuing story we've covered before, but it's still live. If you run SharePoint on your own servers, attackers are actively exploiting a cluster of flaws, including one rated the maximum severity that let them take control without a password. The part worth repeating for leaders is this. These attackers steal the server's cryptographic keys. That means they can keep their access even after you've applied the patch. So patching closes the front door, but it doesn't evict someone who's already inside. If you had SharePoint exposed to the internet before mid-July, the security team should assume possible compromise, rotate those keys, and actively hunt for hidden backdoors. Next, a reminder for smaller businesses in particular. The mass campaign against websites is still running. Attackers are using freely available exploit code to break into WordPress sites. The flaws been nicknamed WP2 shell, and to plant hidden control scripts. There's also a serious flaw being exploited in cPanel and Web Host Manager, the control panels many hosting providers use, which can expose lots of sites at once. Australia's Cyber Centre has a live alert on exactly this kind of website compromise. Why care? For a smaller business, your website might be your main way of making money, and a hijacked site can be defaced, used to steal customer payment data, or used to infect your visitors. Ask your team who manages our website and hosting. Is everything fully updated, including plugins and themes? And does every login use multi-factor authentication? That's the second check, like a code on your phone on top of a password. Now, a development that turns a slow-burning problem into an urgent one. You may remember FortiBleed, a large campaign harvesting login credentials from Fortinet firewalls and VPNs, largely because of weak password practices and management interfaces left exposed. This week brought a significant escalation. Those stolen credentials are now confirmed being used by two ransomware operations, known as INC and Lynx. That's the first solid link between this credential problem and actual ransomware. Why it matters? Stolen VPN credentials are a favorite ransomware entry point because the attacker just logs in, no new flaw required, and walks straight past your perimeter. So, if you run Fortinet gear, the guidance from both the Australian Cyber Centre and CISA is now genuinely urgent. Rotate all your administrator and VPN passwords, turn on multi-factor authentication, update the firmware, and get management interfaces off the public internet. And make sure your backups are tested and kept separate, because the ransomware pathway is now real. To round out the picture, one intelligence signal from our region. Researchers disclosed in mid-July that a stealthy China-Link toolset, a long-known rootkit called Daxin, alongside a brand-new backdoor nicknamed Stupic, was found inside a subsidiary of a major high-tech manufacturer in Taiwan. What's striking is how quiet and how patient this was. The new backdoor hides inside the Windows sign-in process and gives attackers deep access before anyone even logs in, which is exactly where most defenders aren't looking. The lesson for leaders isn't about Taiwan specifically, it's about blind spots. Do we actually monitor our subsidiaries and our manufacturing networks, or are they dark corners where a patient intruder could sit unnoticed for a very long time? Let me step back and name the trend tying this week together. Almost every serious attack we've discussed targeted an identity or access boundary, a management console, a VPN, or a website's front door. Attackers increasingly log in or bypass the login rather than break down walls, and the time between a flaw being made public and being attacked has collapsed to hours or days. Check Point, SharePoint, and WordPress all went from here's a fix to attackers are using it almost immediately. Ransomware, meanwhile, is trending upward, with newer criminal crews displacing the established names and using automation to move faster. So, to wrap up Misu, what should you take away this week? First, if you hold customer identity data, treat origin as a rehearsal prompt. Check that you detect a large data theft quickly and that your response playbook is ready. Second, patching internet-facing systems is now a race measured in days, so speed matters, and patching isn't the finish line. If a system was exposed, hunt for intruders and rotate secrets. Third, your risk increasingly sits at the edges, with VPNs, management consoles, third parties, subsidiaries, and your public website, not just your core network. And fourth, the fundamentals still win. Multi-factor authentication everywhere that matters, tested and segmented backups, and a clear map of who holds your data. That's it for this edition of The Briefing. Stay alert, verify the facts, ask the hard questions, and we'll see you in the next one.